This is where you have an economic tornado. I mean, basically what you're saying is we don't, the drug prices are unrealistic, and that's how my mother lost her house. I mean, because they couldn't afford the drugs, because it's an unrealistic price. It isn't. It's not have to do with supply and demand. It's just totally made up, and so it's just way out the roof. And it's not a realistic price, and it's put through by government corruption. Well, what happens if they say we go to Canada to buy drugs? That means they've got to produce a better drug, and they got to get their price down. So what does that do? That means we have a trade balance. That means that is the best way to get a strong economy is ratio of imports and exports. You have the more exports you have, and you eliminate imports. And West Germany's always had this. They've always had the strongest economy in Europe, and that's the reason. And so we don't have that strong economy in the American dream anymore because we don't have this ratio of imports and exports like we used to. Well, if you say we got to go to Canada to buy drugs, they got to get their price down. So now they're competing on the international market. That means Canada's buying drugs from us instead of us buying from Canada. And it also means they've got incentive to make the drug more advanced. Well, what happens? They've got more money coming in. They've got more money for technological advancement. They've got incentive to advance. They use that money to create an even better drug. They're even more competitive on the international market than they were before, and more money comes in, a better drug, and it's an economic cycle, just like that tornado. And so there's more money as a whole in the country totally. That means there's more money for everyone, the top all the way to the bottom. And so that's why the media, when they call the OWS movement a liberal movement, it's really a conservative movement, because I've always understood the deficiency had to do with conservatism. But apparently the media is not bright enough to figure this out, and that's one thing the media is not telling you quite the truth. The OWS movement is a conservative movement, and they're calling it a liberal movement, and this is something that they should have brought out.